What is going on? Let's see. What's going on, guys? Just getting set up here real quick. All right. Funding's in. What's going on, man? Chris James, Richard Boyles. What's going on, sir? Yes, sir. All right. Let's get this going. Why is this? It's not working. Robert, what's going on? Soundworks. Hi from Maui, Hawaii. Wow, dude, that's the ticket right there. Let's see here. I'm gonna change out. I've got a the wireless keyboard. This is my laptop, and I am wanting to have my other deal here working. Don't mind me. Let's see here. Oh, come on. Fat fingers, folks. Fat fingers. Not good. I can't even do it. Come on now. Trouble in paradise. Trying to get this deal to go. There we go. What a deal. What a deal. All right. This is not, oh, now it's typing. Okay, cool. All right. Okay. No, I'm not going to ask that. I'm making a poll right now, and I'm going to post it in just a second here once I can learn how to type words. Let's see what's going on. Terry, hear you and see you fine. Joshua just sitting waiting on delivery. Gotcha, Joshua. Blake, what's going on? Glad to have you here. Nature Nut Photos, what's going on? Hello from Todd and I in Shelby, Montana. Nice. Out west there. Nice. Very good. Very good. I got 17 people in the house. Let me know. Did you see my latest video I just posted earlier today? Let me know. Have any thoughts on that? Yeah. Let me know what you think. There's that. And there is that. All right. Sending it right now. All right. The poll should be up here in just a second. Let's see. Robert, I haven't watched it yet. Okay, gotcha. Chris James have uh fast track orientation with Synergy on Thursday. Nice. Jumping ship over to Synergy, Chris. Gotcha. Richard, yes, like the content. Hey, thanks, Richard. Nation, we were just watching today's video while waiting for the live. We'll finish after. Gotcha, Nation. Yeah. So I've got a few other videos that I've already recorded and I've got partially edited at this point now. But this video that we're kind of talking about right now, that I had posted, let's pull it up here. That I posted, I shared my April and May fuel percentage cost, and then just kind of talk through some other things going on. We've at least a few companies now that I've heard, as far as driver pay goes. We're seeing kind of stair stepping. Two steps up, one step down. For fuel prices, seemingly it'll push a new high and then it'll drop just a hair and have a relief for a couple days, which seems like an eternity seemingly, and then it'll jump back up even higher. And so we're seeing the stair step effect of the fuel cost. And then on the other side, we've got driver pay. And initially we jumped up to well over $2. Even I'm just talking about non-CDL single pole stuff. And seemingly at Synergy and a few other companies now, we've had a pullback in the pay. And so at least with a few companies now that I know of. And Synergy's bottom right now is $1.75 or $1.78 right now for non-CDL south loads, and then west and east or whatever is $2 and a couple cents now, something like that. And then it goes up from there. And I know other companies are still much higher than that. But seemingly there was at least a handful of companies. There was a slight pullback going on with that. And so, also the part shortages seemingly building up. We have July going on. And then also, I don't know about you, but I have noticed on the fuel book for ComData, I've noticed on at least the places that I go to where there are 20, 40, 60 plus cent discounts, and then a couple days later it'll be down to 15 or 20 or just 25 or something, and then 5 days later or so it'll jump back up, and then we'll see, and so it's a now you see me, now you don't, kind of a thing. And it's very noticeable for me, the places I go to, because I only go to a certain states and certain fuel stations that I go to in those states and stuff. So maybe that's not how it all is for the whole country, but that's what I'm seeing at least. I can only give you what I have, my information. And so we got so many factors at play right now. And just knowing your numbers and seeing these things kind of play out, there's so much going on. There's so much going on, and it's oh man, it's plenty enough effort just to keep your head on straight and know what's going on. So I don't know about you. I want to do more to tracking my numbers, getting my information kind of squared away, seeing what's going on. Also, let me know that for those who did see the video, I tried something new because it popped up in one of my like Facebook or something like that. The little graphics or whatever that I attempted to do, I talked about last week. Um, I tried to put a little, whatever effort into it with the graphics, where I actually showed my percentages and whatever. The whole clip of that was only like 50 some seconds, and it took me a little while to work on and put that together. That was a free version of the overall software. which if I had the whole thing, I could do a whole bunch of more graphics and things. um, so anyway, oh, there's Miss Bella. Uh, so anyways, that software that I use, I now no longer have the free trial to do it. So if I were to do anything else with the graphics, I would have to pay for it. And I think it's like $50 a month or some crazy discount. If I buy it for a whole year, it's only like $200 or $300 for the whole year. So I don't know. I would love to learn that stuff and figure that stuff out and, bring more entertaining graphics to the deal. If I'm going to share some of my numbers and different things with that. But I don't know if it's worth it, if I'm going to put a lot of money into it to do something like that. So just wanted to get your feedback on that. Let's see. Where am I at here? Funding's in after replacing my head gasket, did 2 loads, still spilled water from reservoir. Now suspect EGR cooler getting test in radiator shop. Bummer. Oh man. Yeah, that cooler, if that gets plugged up, that's some issues there. And I guess I would say it's better to find out going, I guess, of course, finding out now rather than later. But man, I hope they figure it out and get narrowed down. TJ, what's going on? Chris Hopkins, what's going on, sir? Funding's End, still getting exhaust gas in the reservoir. Oh. I've never had that. I don't know what implications go with that, but that does not sound good. Dennis, hi everyone. That was a good fuel percentage video. Hey, thanks, Dennis. It was short and sweet as far as the actual percentages, but tried to talk through a lot of different things. So, Chris, run more, charge more. I wish we could charge more. The manufacturers are the ones really at play. Also, for anybody who were to be watching, and I might actually post it to the community tab later on tonight or sometime. But if you've ever watched or looked into hot shot driving, having your own authority, your own truck and trailer, and picking up different freights and stuff. The content creator on YouTube called Toe Piglet, evidently he just shut down his hotshot MC, his hotshot company, and drivers and dispatchers and everything came to a grinding halt. And he, on his video that he just put out, I think just today, he mentioned the things he dislikes about the transporting industry. And some of those things absolutely apply to us. One of those main things, which I'll just mention, is that we don't, as drivers, we're not exactly the same because we don't have our own authority. I don't have a HighMileageHelper authority. I run under Synergy's authority, their DOT authority. And so it's a little bit different, but we're still commercial drivers out on the road. And one of the things he had mentioned was that he hates about the industry is that it's not a matter, you don't get to control your rates. It's the dispatching, it's the brokers, it's the market that tells the driver or the company, whatever, what the load, that specific load, is going to pay. Now, maybe you could work out some contract with some, private customer or whatever. But if it's on the marketplace, if fuel goes up, you either take the load and get less pay or you don't take the load. Deal with it. And in a somewhat similar way, we as commercial drivers under RV transport authorities, We don't tell them what we are going. You're going to pay me $2.42 to haul this little travel trailer. Oh dear. Hold on.
Heated up pretty decent. I ate 3 of them and you were having 4.
They're all right. They're good.
They're all right.
We've got some taco action here, folks. So I'm gonna be eating here a little bit. I'm gonna finish saying this before I start hitting some tacos. But yes, please. Thank you, honey. But it's the same deal for us as RV transporters. We don't tell Synergy or we don't tell the manufacturers what we're going to get paid. They tell us. You can either take the loads or not. Now, when they become desperate because people aren't taking loads, just like the market overall would in our country, that's when they say, "Oh, I guess we need to increase the pay because it's getting a little sketchy and we can't get this delivered." So in that long-term overall aspect, yeah, you can say it, but if there's still people taking loads at those lower rates, they're not going to become desperate. It might just be slower. And for us going into the slower season right now, going into July, into part shortages, into these things going on, they have even less incentive to raise rates when they know there's always the demand for trailers to be delivered to these dealerships is already going to be lower. Thank you, honey. It's literally they have the least amount of incentive. This going into July is the least amount of incentive for them, seemingly. So, it's just a fact of the industry for RV transport, for any commercial driver out there. We don't set our rates like that. The opposite situation for me, however, which I actually I haven't yet because I'm wanting to be very thoughtful about how I do it for my personal dumpster rental business where I'm delivering my dump trailers. I do control that. I set my prices for I could nickel and dime all the different fees and whatever, or add it all up together and say it's one price, or however I want to do it. At the tonight, right now on my phone, I could go on to my my company software for the website, and I could go into the prices for my dumpsters, and I could raise my prices with a couple clicks. Boom, boom, poof. I just raised my rates now. I could do that. I can't do that in RV transport. And so that's one of the things that we really have to count the cost and look at. It's potentially a vulnerability. Maybe long term, if enough people said no, I'm not going to haul for $1.75 going south because it's truly not that much cheaper going south. Sure, we could make a change. It would force them to raise the rates because all the drivers say no. Ain't going to happen. But if there are some people still doing it, it's going to stay there. They're not, it's not going to change anything. So anyways, that's one of the points he made, is that we as transport commercial drivers, even for us in RV transport, it's different than hotshot. We don't get to just say, on a transactional basis, this isn't going to happen. You're gonna have to pay me more. Very rare would that ever happen unless you're working with somebody or a broker that wheeling and dealing, whatever kind of a thing. So that's tough. That is an aspect that we have to consider. I'm sure I'm way behind now. Oh dear. Richard, my company has had a slow rise in pay over the last 6 months, just barely keeping up with prices for fuel. Gotcha. I feel that. Oh my word, I'm so behind. Okay. Chris, I thought that you were with Synergy now. NatureNet Photos, I like the graphics so far. Okay, hey, thanks, NatureNet. Mr. Tennessee, I thought the graph was pretty cool. Hey, awesome. I took so much time making that simple, stupid little monthly percentage fuel thing. I mean, it's so basic, but it took me a lot of time to figure it out. I was like, well, if people like it, I might do it. I might put some money into it. If it really bumps up, if I got the real thing would be if I got good at presenting it and got better at doing some of those things, then it would really be worth something. But it's very basic what I put on that video. Chris, sup, Mr. Tennessee? William Davis, are you winning with gas prices like this out there? At best, it's not a loss. Sometimes, but yeah, we're definitely getting hurt here. Chris, new blue truck guy. Mr. Tennessee, what's going on? Chris James, Dennis, I went to Horizon and my contract was terminated. Don't really feel like going back to construction, working on ways to get everything paid off and go a whole new direction in life. Wow. Gotcha, Chris. Chris, learning, sir. Very good. Very good. Dennis, the graphics were pretty good. Maybe not for $50 a month, though. Just my thought. It was cool, though. Yeah. I think it would be a lot less per month if I do the annual thing. Maybe there's some other company out there that could do the same thing for a lot cheaper. There's probably another company that would be that way, but just seeing what people think here. Chris, Ford or Dodge? I'll say this: I've got 673,000 miles that have me going towards the Dodge side of things. That's all I got. Land Grant Transport. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm about to hit some tacos. Chris, LOL. Dennis, it looked like the truck in your graphics was a Ford. That's definitely worth $50. That was the only truck option. Go figure. Ford's got the monopoly or something. Mr. Tennessee, Chris, it's always a Ram. Ariel, I just started. How you doing, brother? Hey, doing well, man. I just got out of church tonight and about to hit some tacos. And as of right now, there's no loads on the load board in the states that I'm able and willing to go with my schedule and stuff because I've got dumpsters earlier in the week. So for me, if no loads come up that will work for my schedule for RV transport and juggling the dumpsters as they kind of come in. Usually Monday, I get a lot of calls for dumpsters for the rest of the week. I'll probably be doing food delivery service, and any way I can make money, it's going to happen. I'm going to make things work. So yeah. Let's see. Chris, 1,000 per day is what you should gross. Man, if I grossed $1,000 a day, bring home would be over 500 roughly. Mr. Tennessee, we need the fuel to go down. Hey man, yeah. Or the fuel discounts to go up because they do kind of stagger up and down as the fuel. It's a every time there's a 20 cent, seemingly it's in intervals of 20 cents every jump up in fuel. And what I'll see is I'm assuming it's some type of price negotiation for the discounts or some type of delay to the point where the discounts will be. Are you okay?
Oh, there was water in here.
Oh. There'll be some type of bounce back. I don't know what you want to call it. It just goes way low, the discount, and then they either renegotiate or update or whatever it is, and then it'll bump back up. So I just saw fuel for like $5.30 a gallon, and I filled up as much as I possibly could at that place. That was in Tennessee or Kentucky, I think. Let's see. Are there any RV companies in New York? Not that I know of. Let's see. Late to the party, shutting down for my 10-hour tonight. Hey man, glad to have you here. Let's see. Chris, still a tax write-off. Yeah. I believe they're increasing our fuel per mile. What is it called? Incentive or fuel per diem? That's not it. Whatever it's called. Um, yeah, our fuel is still a tax write-off. Absolutely. Mr. Hill, Mr. Tennessee, hi. Dennis, Mr. Tennessee, that's right. We need is new or old energy policy. Oh, it just jumped up again and I lost everything. Or Tennessee's out of Washington. Mark, hi all on my way to Alberta. The Nasty Boy Pro, that would be my main route down to Texas. Mr. Tennessee, it would help out the whole country if the fuel prices go down. Absolutely. I mean, literally, the cost of everything is up for a lot of different reasons, but the fuel to get whatever you're delivering, that's the that's the kingpin of it all, or one of the few kingpins. I don't know, however you want to say that, but RV transporters are too fractured as a group for any sort of collective bargaining. Yeah, Dennis, I remember we talked about that quite a while ago. You're not wrong, that's for sure. Hello everyone, I'm down here in Texas. Nice. Chris, hot shot or RV? Um, if you're talking to him or not. Holland USA, what's going on? Hello from West Texas, heading to East Texas. Nice. Hopefully the fuel is slightly cheaper down there. I doubt it though. What's Synergy's loads looking like? Any other loads are slowing down, it seems. Synergy's load board was up to like 500, 600 loads. It's now in the lower 300s, I believe. And it's all West Coast, a few East Coast, and then Canada. And so there's not much within a couple states of Indiana, and that's really where I have to stay for my juggling my dumpster stuff. So I can't take a load until something like that pops up. That's non CDL for that. Todd Ford, if you need the exercise, walk isn't crowded, right, Mister T? Savage, Todd, savage. Oh my word. I've had some walks of shame myself. Mickey, hello all at home in Iowa. It was a terrible week last week. Oh no. Just moved my personal travel trailer today from where it was being used. Gotcha, Mickey. Only good loads I've been seeing are CDL loads. Jumped up again. Thurman, what's going on? Just got back to Goshen, hanging out at Love's. Gotcha, Mr. Tennessee. Y'all have a good night and be safe. Hey man, have a good one. We will see you later. Dennis, Chris, 1K per day gross for loaded miles is very possible. Round trip, I doubt it is. You and only go 700 miles. Todd, I got 16 off a gallon in Montana, and the board price was $5.89. I'm a disabled vet thinking about doing RV transport. What do you guys think, man? Of all the times where we've had, actually, I'm gonna eat a bite of this. Hold on, real quick. Of all of the uncertain times and fluctuations that I've seen in the last 6 years, this is the most volatile. This is, or not even volatile. This is the most. When I first started, I really don't know exactly what I was bringing home. I know the per mile rate I was getting paid, but as far as fuel prices back then and everything that was going on, I can't tell you exactly where my fuel cost was and other things maintenance wise. But I would I would come close to saying that right now is some of the least profitable months that I've ever had, I think. As far as looking back all the way from the beginning, um, it I don't even know where to begin. Um, rates at around $2 a mile used to seem like that's insane money. Well, yeah, and so are the cost of operating your vehicle. So, how does it really balance out? Um, I would just say this: it's you would really have to have some serious cushion if you're going to get into RV transport right now. Very tough times for people who are more established, who know the industry and have things kind of already in motion. Um, it may be slightly easier, but it's still really tough right now. Um, that's my thought as far as getting into it right now. Um, let's see. Chris, more money, more problems. There it is. Len, what's going on? Len Daniels. Mickey, Bennett load board was low, 89 loads on the board, and 68 go to Canada. Yeah. Man. Dennis, there are about 500 loads on the Synergies board. Oh, okay. Must have jumped up then. I only saw like low 300s. Holland USA, $5 for EFS discount. So planning on 140 gallons fill up. That's in, wow, dude. I might just take one of my dumpsters there and fill that up. I don't know. I don't know. I get a big container and just fill up my entire dump trailer with it. Dennis, about 65% are CDL loads. As you said, most are Northwest, Northeast, and Canada. There are some good loads if you can go to those places. Gotcha, Dennis. Adventures with Alan, what's going on? There are plenty of units to haul right now at Maple Tree, but I believe that once these units are gone, there will be a big shortage. Sounds about right. Nature Nut Photos, we call that Shoe Leather Express at our house. Oh man. Chris, so would you do it again? Chris, would I get into RV transport right now? If I didn't know what I know, man. Well, I'll just say this. If would I get into RV transport right now? Like I said before, I would need some serious money in the bank right now if I'm going to get into it this second. If I already had a truck that I had a loan with, that I could just get it hooked up and ready to go for RV transport and start, I might still start. But I would want to be meticulous with knowing my numbers and seeing how many miles do I really have to go, kind of like what I said in the video. How many miles do I have to go to bring home the kind of money that I need for my budget? But at the same time, if my budget is only increasing because the cost of food and everything else is only increasing, then I'm really thinking this is almost a month by month or week by week basis. Having other options to dive off into and to bail if I needed to, if the amount of miles required for what my budget, within the parameters of your budget are, you're really, man, it would be very, very tough. In my opinion, um, man, I've got so many things like floating around in my head of different rabbit trails of thoughts. It would just be very, very challenging. You would really need to give yourself some cushion to see, can I make this work? Am I willing to take that many miles? And watch it, because I think the growing pains at the beginning of getting into RV transport, inevitably you're going to have higher costs, startup costs, but also just learning finding the best prices, filling up the most at those locations, all these things, planning out stuff. You're probably going to be the least profitable at the beginning. Um, but if other things keep going up, it's just, man, I can't give a concrete answer. Um, it would have to be within a certain spec of safeties, I guess, for me to jump into it right now, with having to go through those growing pains again. Adventures with Alan. I'm sitting at 40% for fuel of the total. Gotcha, off the gross. Gotcha. You're better than I am, man. Is that a monthly percentage, or is that overall for the year? Because I would venture to, I'm tracking it by the month, and it's seemingly kind of staggering up and down, but it's more up than down, approaching 50%. Chris, I mean, starting Thurman, I'll say it probably right now. It ain't the best time. Yeah, Thurman. Too many unknowns right now. Yeah. The most amount of unknowns and the fewest knowns. Go figure. Chris, I want to run kind of just between Arizona and California. There's usually lots of loads going out there if we have loads at all. Dennis, if you have to make a complete investment of truck and equipment, no way. If you already have the truck, maybe. Dennis, that's along the same lines as what I'm thinking. Um, yeah, what he said. Let's see. Jim Price, what's going on? Hi from I don't even know how to say that. Sewell, so something Mary, Ontario, I guess. I don't I'm terrible. Drop here in the morning. It was a hot load paying 225. Best I've ever gotten. Best fuel from Louisville to Goshen was 540 at Costco. Nice. Pilot, even with the discount, much higher. Chris, lots of containers from the ports of Long Beach right now. I'm seeing them running them on hot shot trailers. I do know a hot shot guy, more local here in Indiana, and he seems to be running more and more containers as well on his 40-foot hot shot gooseneck trailer. So I'm seeing that here too. Mickey, oh dear, just bumped up. Mickey, I'm fairly new to transporting. I started on a shoestring and a prayer, and it's not working out for me the way I had hoped. Mickey, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. This is a tough industry. Um, it's a tough time for everybody. But man, that's tough to hear. Um, find out. I guess the what I would say, the more information you know, the more you know your numbers and being able to track stuff, the better. To be able to make a more informed decision if you do have to jump ship, uh, even if it's just temporarily or a second job or something like that. Right now, um, we've got to be able to pay our bills. Now, the other side of these this kind of conversation, which I've thought about making a video, but at the end of the day, it's we already know what the answer is. You either make more money to pay your bills, or you lower your bills so you don't have to make as much money. Cutting out things you don't need. Yeah, we're seeing that seemingly in our own industry, RV transport. I'm assuming there's less what discretionary income to be able to go around, and so there's probably not as many campers being bought, unless people are selling their homes for a big profit and then buying a camper and then trying to cut costs, in that regard, which I think that's definitely a thing right now. Um, I've asked each dealership I talk to when I go, I'll ask, and I've definitely heard more of that happening. Uh, these days, but but yeah. Chris, I'm in SoCal. Gotcha. Internet photos agrees with Dennis. Too risky right now to invest. Adventures in now. So the 20% to the truck and fuel I put in my pocket. Less than if oh I can't even read. If I were to just go drive truck for someone else. Jim, I'm a Synergy 2. Lots are full and nothing going south. Can't figure it. Um, yeah. Pretty wild. Dennis, Jim Price, my take is they have southern loads, but aren't putting them out until more of the Northwest, Northeast, and Canada are gone. I don't know why there are as many of those as there are. Yeah, we've never had more Canada loads, and I mean we always have West Coast stuff, but um, the Canada is real, and I'm assuming Synergy sees the money that it's real as well, and they're gunning for it. So, um, as we've talked before, this is one of the inevitable tactics that a company is going to do. If there's good loads everybody wants, and there's other loads that not as many people want, withhold the good stuff. Essentially, indirectly force the drivers, to take the bad loads or less whatever loads. And then flush out those loads that are potentially getting backed up and getting close to being late delivered or delivered late, and then put everything, kind of flush the system, and then put everything on the load board as normal. That I 100% that definitely happens. Totally agree. It's definitely some pickings out here. Oh, it just jumped up again. Oh my word. Um, oh my word. Shutdown coming up. I think it's because of the shutdown coming up from the dealerships I've talked to. Most are saying that they are still selling campers. Yeah, I every dealership that I've talked to, they say they're selling campers like crazy. But one difference is that they're selling smaller, cheaper ones, cheaper, that are inflated in price a lot, just like the rest of them, and not as many luxury fifth wheel loads. Fusion, what's the other couple ones? Momentums and stuff like that. Not as many luxury ones are being sold. It's the smaller, more economical ones, travel trailers, that are actually being sold more. I don't know if that's nationwide. That's just what I'm hearing. I don't know. But yeah, Mickey, I'm seriously debating on possibly changing companies, but I just don't know. Man, keep asking questions, Mickey. Talk to as many people as you can. Talk to the new company or newer companies that you're looking at, and just find out as much information as you can before you jump ship. Adventures with Alan month. So okay, gotcha. That's a month. So more like 60 total to the truck. I used to make 60 profit, and now sitting at 336 for rate. Gotcha. Dennis says hi to NatureNet Photos. Uh, Tired of 48 cents mile over the road 18 wheeler pay. Thinking of hotshot hauling. Can you contract directly with camper manufacturers? I suppose it might be possible. I've not heard of anyone actually doing that, outside of these smaller companies that are regular transport companies, that are in Goshen. I know of no one. If you do, say something in the chat. If you know of somebody who has negotiated they have their own MC, their own whole DOT authority, and they individually have gone to the manufacturers and made a deal. say something in here. I've not heard of anyone on such a small scale. That's all I know. I haven't heard of anybody. Eric, how far ahead can you book a load? I would want to run west and already have the one booked to go back south to Texas. Is that possible? Book two before you go out. Eric, that happens when we are booming with trailers. Normally, they say if you book a load, you need to be at the office to grab the load and pull it out of the yard within 24 hours. So it's a little different. If you call on like a Thursday evening, you could get a load for the weekend because technically it would be Friday evening. You know, if you called right before 5, or I don't think they're going to nickel and dime you for time like that. But if you called Thursday evening, at least at Synergy, you can get a load for the weekend. But if you call on a Monday and you show up Thursday, they're going to be, hey, what's going on, dude? Like, so it's really 24 hours. And I would assume most companies are like that. If you're in their good graces, maybe you could get away with a little bit more, but usually it's 24 hours and you're grabbing, I would just say this also, if you're wanting to do that on a regular basis, there are going to be some issues. But there's been times where I'm delayed a day or even two. You call, communicate with them, talk with them. Hey, something happens, the truck, whatever. Communication, they'll probably work with you just because it's more hassle at that point to take the load off yours, put it back on the load board and deal with it. They'd rather just know, okay, he is coming for sure. He's just, little delayed. All in USA, I think if you can stay loaded, you might make it. Key phrase: stay loaded. Yeah, right now that's that's huge. We've seen in the last couple of years, there's been times you can't stay loaded unless uh, I know for me, non CDL, there's been times I can't stay loaded, even without my dumpster business being in the way or something. Absolutely. New administration is needed before things change. There's going to be a lot of things changing here as things get deeper and deeper into these shenanigans. So, um, Dennis, my last run was loads 1 Quebec, 1 New Brunswick, and 1 Oklahoma. Fuel was 41 of the gross. Oh dear. Man, I've really got to catch up. Say hang tight. Things will come back around soon, everyone. Fun with Fords. I'm at 38% for fuel. I've been looking for the best discounts. Man, you're finding them. That's awesome. Chris James, I may end up doing a good mini Canadian loads with the bandits here soon. Have to take care of something in Montana first. Gotcha. Nature Nut. Hey, Dennis. Emily doing okay? Dennis, have our loads pay the best? Around CDL, and my last load was in Oklahoma, which was only 300 miles from home. All in all, it was a pretty efficient set of runs. Nice. Dennis, Daniel, I'm hearing that the units selling are the cheap entry level units. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Mickey, who are you with right now? Mickey's with Bennett. Hauling USA, I counted 9 drill rigs in one yard and 14 in another in Midland, Odessa. Tougher times ahead. Oh, man. Man, it keeps jumping up here. Len, I met one guy with his own authority that is doing that. He has 2 trucks. One his daughter drives. Okay, gotcha, Len. So evidently, direct to manufacturer there with your own authority, able to make a deal with directly with those manufacturers as a smaller operation. That's great. Dennis, about contracting direct with manufacturers, but your opportunities are definitely there with the larger dealers who seek units over the internet and need to get them to end buyers. Holland Pause, what's going on? Something smells in here. What's going on, man? Dennis, I have a huge dealer that just approached me to do that. I'm not willing to go through getting my own authority, but may be willing to give Synergy their 15% cut and go through them. Very good. Holland Pause. Oh, Dennis, now I understand. Oh, dear. Len says it's your pause. Dennis, to Nature Photos, thanks for asking about Emily. She's doing so much better. She is touched that you asked. She's here with me. There we go. Awesome. Guys, it's 9:30 just about. We've been on here for about 50 minutes. Last thought, I just wanted to say, for those that it matters, if you're doing this full time or whatnot, um, you know, everybody's in a different boat, different situation going on. But the question I put on the poll there, we've got 28 votes. I said, do you have a side hustle or backup plan for income if RV Transport seriously slows down again? We're almost neck and neck. 46% say yes. 54% say no. I would just encourage you. Maybe there's some people who are retired who don't need the absolute, a full day job income from this. They have other income available to them or retirement, whatever. But if you are in the camp of needing money on a regular basis, you need a day job. You got to have that money coming in every month. Just at the very least, start looking around. Look at other options because this is an industry that can be very tough, even without a recession, without part shortages, crazy things going on. And I think it's worth the 2 seconds of looking into it, looking at other options, whether locally or doing something else with your truck. Um, uh, I can only share with you what I've done and kind of what I mentioned in that video. Um, I started looking into my dumpster rental business almost 2 years ago for several different reasons. One, the main reason was I wanted to come off the road. I was, planning on getting married, and I wanted to be home and available. I don't want to be on the road, 4 or 5 nights a week. I want to be present with my wife and everything going on, and uh, ultimately, God just kept bringing the thought of that around more and more and more. And I thought, well, this is, should I really be looking at this side thing and, whatever. And I finally had peace about it. And God just kind of opened doors for me to walk through. And I did. And along with all these other little side jobs that I've done, and I still do, um, seriously, looking at a side hustle, some side job, anything, part time, anything. If and when you need it, um, you could have it, some type of level of income, even if it's not as good of a pay as RV Transport. Have something else in the bag ready to go, that you could pull off. I really think that's it's not the idea of that's not ready to jump ship all together in RV Transport. That's just having a backup plan of anything. I don't think it means you're abandoning your goal, you're shooting your shot, in RV Transport. It's just a matter of understand this comes with the territory, and I think having a backup, a backup job or business or side anything can only be a help to you. Finding a business or something that could work with your pretty wild schedule. Believe me, I know what a wild schedule can look like in RV Transport. Um, I'm juggling a lot of things right now, and it can be done. Obviously, I live in Indiana, so I'm a little closer, so that definitely is a pretty big factor for me in still making this all work. But just I say this not to scare anybody, but I care about you. I want the best for you. Have some level, anything of a backup plan, if and when it's possible. Look into something that you're interested in, that could be a help to you, if there were extremely tough times. So I'm gonna skim through here. Good talk tonight. Thanks everyone. Like button only 3 so far. Hit the like. Appreciate it, everybody saying that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hop off here, guys. Appreciate you. Stay safe out there. Find the cheapest fuel possible. Make it a treasure hunt for you to find the cheapest fuel in your route. Plan it out. Get the most gallons as you can there. Make it happen. Be safe out on the road, and we will see you next time. See you guys.